Agriculture. Sustainable agricultural systems are vital to rural community livelihoods. Environmental considerations are critical in agricultural projects because agricultural systems essentially depend on productive soils and clean water.
What are some potential adverse impacts of an agricultural project that does not follow environmental regulations?
If the project is poorly designed, there can be negative consequences like soil erosion, loss of soil fertility, water contamination, and deforestation. In turn, crop productivity suffers and farmer sales are reduced in both local and international markets.
Also, poor agricultural practices can lead to worsening health and nutritional problems. This seriously affects more vulnerable population groups like women and children.
However, these problems can be minimized by conducting a thorough environmental analysis during project design and taking preventative actions. A project in Central America designed with good agricultural and environmental practices demonstrates this point. In this project, planners included soil and water conservation measures like cover cropping and water harvesting.
Pests were controlled through an integrated pest management strategy, which uses both cultural and manual pest control measures to reduce chemical use. When chemicals were needed, farm workers were trained on safer pesticide practices, and personal protective equipment was provided.
These best practices helped the program achieve improvements in pesticide safety and more sustainable production systems. For families in the program, this meant an average 300% yield increase at harvest and up to a 700% net increase in income.
Porque el margen de rentabilidad de esto es tan alto, nosotros estamos gastando, póngale, $200 y estamos sacando casi $2,000.
So, it is clear that a thoughtfully designed project that follows environmental regulations can achieve a high degree of success.
These three case studies show the global importance of identifying the possible environmental impacts of development work and taking steps to reduce them in project design, implementation, and follow-up.
Since the vast majority of development projects have some environmental impact, projects can and should incorporate environmental considerations effectively. Although environmental experts have an important role in many types of assessment, non-experts can also make essential contributions. Interdisciplinary teams can help identify best practices by addressing the social, economic, and environmental consequences of USAID-supported activities.
Community involvement in project design and implementation is also critical. Project design should always adapt to the local conditions, and community members should have a significant role in determining what these conditions are and how the activities are carried out.
AID is not about doing development to people, we're about doing development with people. Civil society, democracy, governance, these are very core issues. And environmental impact assessment is one of the most primary ways that you can get at this. It's practical civil society, it's not just talking, it's actually doing.
Understanding and following environmental procedures and guidelines will help generate sustainable livelihoods and safeguard the health of vulnerable populations.
It will also increase economic competitiveness and food security and enhance the quality of life within households, communities, and nations where USAID operates.
It's very unfortunate, that people that live around here, will have to use a well of this type, given the close proximity of the well, for the latrine. And apart from the being posed by the latrine, you can also see, it's located down the hill, this slope here. You have three slopes running down, one on your left, one on the right, one in the middle. All of them, collecting dust into the latrine, into the well. It's very, very terrible. I think they should discontinue. It doesn't serve, and a good health purpose at all.
Uno de los objetivos fundamentales de AID es fomentar el crecimiento económico en los países en desarrollo, pero es crítico y fundamental la consideración ambiental para asegurar un desarrollo económico sostenible.